Joe! ジョーの野郎。鬼姫が完全にぶっ潰しやがって。
Oh my god. Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consumes Cinema. I'm your host, Drink Up Rikishi. You don't have to worry about a weight cut anymore. And today we have Ashita no Joe 2, Episode 3. So I really like the accelerated pace. We're going through, the older storyline. The whole, 55 to 79, just at a much more accelerated pace. I think we're probably in, the 60s, going back, looking at the episodes from Season 1, where we are in Season 2 thus far. We're already, that big of a chunk has been taken out of it. So, yeah, I think 3, maybe 4 more of these, and then we're in fresh territory. New storyline, post-Carlos, I would guess, or at least the first fight. Because it just really feels like, the pace is just way, way quicker in Season 2 thus far. Going over that, older storyline, I think it's going to eventually slow down once we, get to new territory. But we're not quite there yet. We are working our way through it. I'm really enjoying it. I like the art style. It still has, all the best elements of Season 1, but it's just an updated, version of it. The only real complaint I would say would be I prefer the intro and outro music from Season 1 compared to Season 2. But it's not like it's bad or anything. It's just I much preferred those intros and outros compared to this. When Rikishi's outro took over in Season 1, I made a point to mention, this doesn't hit the same way that, Joe's outro, the original one, did. And it didn't bother me or anything. It's just something I made note of. And then people in the comments were kind of upset about it. But it's not a game changer or anything. It's just a small minor aesthetic. I think there's more trumpet use in Season 2 thus far, which I'm enjoying. It's just the intro and outro. And again, both of those are copyrighted to hell. My first, Season 2, Episode 1 reaction cut, I had to redo it 2 times, and it was literally just because of the intro and outro. So I had to cut a bunch of it. It's not going to be like in Season 1 where, I learned the entire lyrics to the song and then was singing it back. It's just not going to be that because I can't use the audio. It's just what it is. But yeah, I'm really eager to get right to it. But before I begin, I have a special announcement. Right now, available on the Joe Consumes Cinema Patreon is the next 8 episodes of Ashita no Joe Season 2. All you have to do is click the link down below, sign up on the Joe Consumes Cinema Patreon for $1 per month, and get early access. Also, all members get a guaranteed movie request as well. With that, enjoy the reaction. I like that part. I really like that part. The Messenger from Hell, Joe Yabuki.
これで文字通り視力を尽くし燃え尽きた力石君も満足してるだろう。
Is he now?
今度はお前がその重さを乗り越える番だ。
矢吹君がその重さを本当に乗り越えたとお思いですか？
Here we go.
私にこの白木ボクシングジムを続けさせてください。
Another return bout, and Joe's gonna crack him to the body. I like to see the movement and the guard from Joe. Pitter-patter to the head, and then hard to the body. Yep, had the perfect opportunity to throw it to the face there and just won't do it.
連続ワンラウンドノックアウトです。相手のアップルカットもバントムでは新人王を取ったほどのホープです。
ボディを攻められて倒れるときは地獄の苦しみを味わうと言われるからだ。なんせワイトのスパーの時でも顔面には一発もパンチが来おらんかった。
And here we go.
まさかジョーのやつ相手の顔面にパンチを出せんのでは。
それ以上言うんじゃねえ西。ただの偶然ちゅうことがある。それ以上考えるな。何も言うな。
Okay. So, they're doing the whole denial thing again. I was hoping it would be different.
Stop! Roll up!
Quick reminder to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also consider signing up for my Patreon. For $1 per month, you get access to all my exclusive reactions, also a guaranteed movie request. With that, let's get right back to the reaction.
女だてらにボクシングジムの会長さんかよ。
必ず育てます。強い選手を。
っつぁんどこへ出かけたんだい。ボクシング協会や。今日は会長会議があるそうや。
Okay, this is the setup with, I believe, Tiger, when they finally decide to try and get rid of Joe by giving him an opponent he can't deal with.
では矢吹城をどう抹殺すべきか、これが今日の議題です。
Okay, and so in this version, Otaka is the head of this boxing commission council.
このまま放っておくと我々が手塩にかけた選手がみんな潰されてしまうということです。次の対戦相手は国友事務所属全日本バンタム級チャンピオンタイガー尾崎だ。な？
Yep, get Joe in way over his head.
タイガー尾崎だってな、結構な話じゃねえか。陰謀だよジョー。わしにはピンときた。勝つに決まってるじゃねえか。相手はチャンピオンだぜ。曲がりなりにも全日本バンタムの。どうした西？
This is where he hurts his right hand.
そういや、マンモス西は前に試合中右拳を痛めたことがあったな。
偶然通りかかったら走っているあなたを見つけただけ。矢吹君はチャンピオンになりたいの。わざと何かに浮かれようとしているみたい。
チャンピオンになりてって言って何が悪い？
少なくとも力士徹とグローブを交えた矢吹城はなりたいとかためにとかそんなことを言う前にリングに立っていたような気がするわ。
じゃあどっからか連れてこいよ。もう一度力士徹をよ。
If you want the old Joe back, give me a proper rival. So, in Season 1, it's her idea to go find Carlos. Here, it looks like it's more Joe's idea.
試合が近いのにスパーリングの相手もできんと。気にすんなよ西。
Yeah, here's the, not-so-friendly spar opportunity.
うちのジムにはね、バンタムの若手がゾロゾロいて暇を持て余している。君のスパーリングの相手ぐらいいつでも引き受けるよ。どうかね、これからちょいとうちへ来てみる気はないかね。
おっさん、俺は行くよ。
Well, at least it'll be fun to watch Joe crush these guys again. Hopefully it ends with a big brawl just like last time.
さあ、時間がもったいねえ。早速始めてもらいましょうか。
待てジョー、ヘッドギアぐらいはつけろ。
もし俺に怪我でもさせようって相手がいたらね。何
Yep. Here we go.
倉島、得意のフットワークで奴をかく乱しちまえ。
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yep. I like how Tiger is drawn pretty much exactly the same. He has a little bit more hair. Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts, episode 3. So, the whole thing with Yoko, first noticing that Joe can only throw to the body, Dangpei and Nishi picking up on it and deciding not to talk about it, just, hope it's just a coincidence. Yeah, that's one thing that if there was going to be a change, I really would have preferred that be the change. They actually address the problem, tell Joe about it, and, actively work to fix it. Instead, same route this time, where they're basically putting their head in the sand and just hoping it goes away on its own. Joe preparing for his next fight, all body blows, they say he's taking his opponents to hell when he does it. Nishi hurts his right hand, and, this sets up the whole conspiracy with the boxing commission where they come up with this plan to crush Joe now before he becomes, too big of a star, gets his ranking and really starts, cracking out all their potential elites and, prospects throughout all their different boxing clubs. They come up with the same plan to feed him to Tiger Ozaki, the national champion, thinking that he'll be in way over his head. Joe is down his sparring partner because Nishi gets injured, and then, all of a sudden, this rival boxing guy shows up and offers to use his gym because he's got a ton of bantamweights that Joe can spar with, and same way it happened in Season 1, he gets into a brawl with a bunch of those guys once he sees that he's being spied upon by Tiger and his team, up in the mezzanine with the camcorder rolling. One major change here, though, is Yoko happens to run into Joe as he's doing his, road work routine, and, the two stop and just talk for a little bit. And she mentions how, the old Yabuki wouldn't have set a goal in boxing. He'd just go out and fight the best he could fight. And Joe says, find me another rival on the level of a Rikishi, and, you'll see the Yabuki Joe of old. And it's interesting because in season 1, her whole setup is she comes up with this idea to find Joe a rival, and she finds Carlos that way. Here, Joe is basically telling her, what needs to happen to really motivate me and bring out, the old me is that I have someone on the quality of Rikishi that I can get obsessed with and, really work toward, and, a major goal that I don't have right now. And the closest thing is, oh, I guess I'll become champion. Like, his heart really isn't in it. It's just more what's expected of him than, an actual thing that Joe would fixate on and obsess on and, have his like North guiding star become. But yeah, it was a good episode. We are treading through, the old storyline, but it's at a very accelerated pace, and I am interested in picking up on these small, minor changes for the most part. They are gonna like affect things long term, but right now, it's just basically another 3 or 4 episodes down from like, that 55 to 79 block. I'd say after this episode, we're probably in like the mid 60s at this point. Like, we're getting there. It's going pretty dang quick. And yeah, I'm still enjoying it. Even though this is stuff that I know what's coming right now, like, we're eventually going to get to the point where, I have no idea what's going to come. And, that's going to be pretty damn quick, I think. Another 3, maybe 4 episodes of this, and then we'll be in uncharted territory, which is going to be awesome. So before I leave you, just one more time, the whole, offer that I have with Season 2, right now, anybody could, go sign up on the Joe Consume Cinema Patreon for $1 per month. Get early access to the next 8 episodes. That's going to run throughout the entire season 2. So anytime you're interested in that offer, just go sign up and, you can get access to an additional 8 episodes and, not have to wait for these 2 per week, which I could get why it's a little bit frustrating. Like, this season isn't as long as season 1, but still, 2 episodes really isn't enough to give you your fix, and I can understand that mentality. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for now. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.